was published in an international magazine. So can you find the keywords? Let's say this is the task. This is your exam task, or this is just your task, your writing task. You need to write an article. So can you find the keywords in the announcement? Okay, are you ready? Okay. In the next slide, I would like you to type the keywords. Okay, you have 3 minutes. Right, you can also see the announcement on your quizzes slide now. Please type your words. So what do you think are the keywords? Just type and click submit. If I'm going too fast, let me know, yeah? Okay, I've seen a few answers. All right. Okay. Looks like a lot of you managed to get the word place, but there's actually more keywords than that. Okay. Very good, Kelly. Hong Po is already giving his points. Let's see if Hong Po's points can be used later. Most of you get it correct. Most of you managed to find the keyword. All right. Did anyone type it in the chat? No. Okay. Very good, Alvin. Okay. Great. You have 13 seconds left for those of you who are still typing. Okay, time's up. All right, time's up. Okay, let's see if you get to see the responses. All right, I'll read out what your friend has said. Place, nature reserve, place of natural beauty. All right. Journey of zoo. This is a bit awkward. Are you going to describe zoo later? Describe the place. Okay, correct. Nature reserve or place of natural beauty. Describe the place. Say what attracts visitors to it. Refer to any other features of the place. Hong Po has given the outline of the essay. Thailand, delicious food such as mango rice, tom yum, and coconut milkshake. Can you write about this? We'll see about that later. Okay. All right. Article for Travel and Nature magazine. Very good. Describe the place and say what attracts visitors to it. Travel and Nature magazine, place. All right, most of you are able to identify the keyword, but not all of you get everything correct. Okay, here are the keywords. The first one, the word article. So you need to know the format is an article. It's not a story. It is not a review or a report. It is an article. Now, please do not confuse article with review. It's slightly different. I'll tell you what's the difference later. Okay? Then the word travel and nature magazine. Yes, you need to know who are your audience, right? Who is your audience? Who are your readers? So your readers will be people who subscribe to the travel and nature magazine. So you know what sort of, why do you need to know the reader so that you can understand what sort of style you need to write in. Okay? Now remember, your reader is not the teacher. Your reader or your audience is the readers of the travel and nature magazine. So that is very important. All right, the next word, nature reserve. That's right. This is what you're going to write about, your content. Okay, it's either nature reserve or place of natural beauty. So let's go back to Hong Po's point on Thailand. So can you write about Thailand and talk about the mango rice and the food? Can you do that, Hong Po? Or maybe you can respond in the chat if you don't want to talk. So what about the rest of you? What do you think? Can we write on Thailand, mango rice and food? Can we do that? What do you think? Can or cannot? Okay, Aniva said no. That's right. You can write about Thailand, but you cannot write about Thailand mango rice and the tom yum and all those delicious food. The reason being that you're supposed to write about, if you look at the point here, you're supposed to write about nature reserve and place of natural beauty. So when you write about nature reserve and place of natural beauty, you do not talk about the food, all right? Or the food would be a very minor point if you want to write about, like basically what sort of food you have at the nature reserve. Maybe that's possible, but I would not recommend going into that line because number one, you don't have enough time to elaborate, and number two, you will go out of topic. And when you go out of topic, you will score quite low in terms of content later. We'll look at the marking scheme next week, all right? Okay, next, the word describe. That is very important. So I think Kelly got that correct. You need to know that you're supposed to describe, okay, what attracts the visitors. So what are the main attraction of that place? That is very important because remember, your target audience is the readers of the travel and nature magazine. So they need to know what is so attractive about that place so that they can make up their mind whether or not to visit the place. Okay? And any other special features of the place. Okay, every single place has its own special features. So this is more or less similar to your review. You talk about so what are some other special things about it? Okay, so basically these are the keywords. And just now Enin mentioned about journey of the zoo. Enin, can you elaborate on that? Ah, very good. Kelly said write about Bako National Park. Good. That's what I have in mind as well. Sure if you are right about Bako National Park, you have been there or you have watched video of Bako National Park, so you know what you can find there, okay? And remember nowadays, not some, I would say all examiners have access to internet, so they can basically Google up whatever you say. So let's say you say you can find panda at Bako National Park, it's not logical, right? So you'll be marked down in terms of your content later. So make sure you know the place. Can you write about zoo? Since Elaine mentioned about journey of the zoo, So do you think I write about zoo in this case? Yes or no? Let's say I write about Zoo Nagara or the John Crocodile Farm. Do you think I write about that? Okay, Aaron said yes, and Eva said no. About the rest of you? Can you respond in the chat? And for Veronica, who has just joined us, can you please go onto the quizzes link? Okay, Justin, also you've just joined us. Make sure you are in the quizzes lesson, okay? Justin said yes. Deborah said no. Dixon said yes. Okay, let us look at the keyword again. Nature reserve. Is zoo a nature reserve? Okay, do you know what is a nature reserve first in the first place? No, okay. Now, try to go onto Cambridge Canyon Mine. I will do it for you. Okay, what is a nature reserve? I'm Googling up the definition now. If you have enough bandwidth, you can Google up your definition as well. Right, what is a nature reserve? A nature reserve is a tract of land managed so as to preserve its flora, fauna, and physical features. So basically what it means is that it is a piece of land, all right, usually it's a very big piece of land that is managed by people to preserve and to conserve its flora and fauna, which means the plants and animals in there, and whatever physical features they have, like the cave, the mountain, the river, and whatsoever. So you have to preserve the whole place. So it's like, let's imagine you have a jungle and you preserve it. So is zoo such a place? Very good. No, because zoo is for animals. Deborah, nope, zoo is not a nature reserve. The reason being that in a nature reserve, the animals are outside there roaming freely and wildly. Whereas for a zoo, where are the animals? They are not outside there roaming around, right? They are in a cage. So if they're in a cage, it's no longer a nature reserve. Okay? For it to be a nature reserve, animals must be outside there roaming freely. They might have a few animals in the cage. Let's say those are the animals that has been relocated from other places. Okay, Justin, I don't understand Chinese, so you need to translate that. Right, so in a zoo, the animals are actually outside, inside the cage, and the animals are looking at, the humans are looking at them. So what that means is that the zoo is not a place called nature reserve. What about the second keyword? Can it be a place of natural beauty? Can the zoo be a place of natural beauty? What do you think? Oh, what is flora and fauna? Flora means plants and fauna means animals, okay? Right. So what do you think? Can a zoo be a place of natural beauty? Is a zoo natural? Okay, it's not. Very good. Zoo is not natural, right? It is man-made. So therefore, can you talk about zoo? Can you write an article on a zoo? No, you can't. Okay, you cannot write an article about zoo. Reason being that number one, it's not a nature reserve, and number two, it is not a place of natural beauty. What about talking about, let's say, Smatan or the beach at Lunduk? Can you talk about that? Oh, Nielsen joining us finally. Good morning, Nielsen. If you can see the screen, okay, Nielsen, please go on to quizzes. I'll resend the link. Hold on, yeah, since Nielsen is joining us. And I think Veronica also. Okay. Go on to click on that link and join us on quizzes. You will need that, but please don't hang up on your Google Meet. Okay, Fanny also. So is Fanny just in? Very good, Fanny. Okay. What do I see? Okay, I saw her already. All right, so please go onto the link here. Okay, where was I just now? Okay, can we talk about the beach? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, that's right. Yes, you can talk about the beach because it is a place of natural beauty. It is not a nature reserve, but it is a place of natural beauty. If you look at the question, it said nature reserve or place of natural beauty. So either one. So you can talk about the beach. Can you talk about the cave? Let's say Nia Cave, Mulu Cave. What do you think? Yes, you can. Very good, Deborah. Yes, you can talk about the cave. Can you talk about Mountain Santubong? Let's say you want to say it's a good place to go hiking. Yes, you can. Very good, Felicia and Anita. That's right. So these are places of natural beauty which might not be a nature reserve. Okay? But if you talk about national park, you are on the safe side. So can you talk about, let's say, scuba diving at the Sipadan Island? Can you talk about Sipadan Island? You know, the coral reef there. What do you think? Can you talk about coral reef? Very good, Jane. Yes, you can. Because these are places of natural beauty. They did not say it must be on the land. So it can be in the sea as well. Okay? So good. Since you understand the task, we'll see how, where was it? All right, how an article looks like. Okay, take some time to read through this. Okay, take some time to read through the article. I think it should be big enough for you to see. Okay, the line on top, that's supposed to be the title. So traditionally, in an article, we have the title and the name. So it'll be by, it can be a pseudonym. Okay, the name can be a pseudonym. I'll just spell it out in case you don't know what's a pseudonym. Okay, it can be a pseudonym. The name can be a pseudonym. A pseudonym means not your real name. For example, if I want to write an article and I do not want to put the name Kor Chung Wei, I can put the name Madeline Kor. That would be my pseudonym. It's not some funny name. I cannot say the Mad Man. So that one would be like not appropriate for an article for a travel and nature magazine. But if I do not want people to know me as in Kor Chung Wei, I can put down my other name, Madeline. Okay, like Alvin, his real name is Huang Yicheng. So he can put down the name Alvin Hua instead of Huang Yicheng. That is a pseudonym. All right, it's your pen name. Okay? Or even Hua NC, that is fine as well. All right, so let's look at the article. Anyone wants to volunteer to read this? Anyone wants to volunteer? Really nobody. Aaron, can you try to read the article? Why Tiffany left the meeting? Okay, she's back in. Aaron, can you read the article? I mean aloud. Where is he?
Okay.
Okay, start reading.
Have you ever wondered where the Tusky could the giant pandas you see in zoos come from? Well, last year on a trip to China, I found out. I visited the Wolong National Natural Reserve. It was an sanctuary for giant pandas and other endangered species. There, the pandas are protected and live in their natural habitat. Some of the pandas, especially the mothers and their babies, live in panda houses, where where scientists study them. Others are free. Others are free to roam the mountains, where you can see them playing, relaxing, and chewing on their favorite food. Bamboo. Wolong actually means sleeping dragon and comes from a legend about a dragon that was over overwhelmed by the beauty of the valley and fell asleep there, never to wake up again. A long dragon wall has been built there as a reminder of the legend. Like the dragon, I found the landscape absolutely um, breathtaking. The valleys with rivers and waterfalls surrounded by forest covered mountains make reserve a truly remarkable place. If you are a nature lover, Wolong is sure to fascinate you. Seeing giant pandas in the wild is a once in a lifetime experience. Why not plan a trip there and see for yourself?
All right, very good, Aaron. Although there's some mispronunciation. Okay, let's look at the word that you mispronounced. Those cute, cuddly giant pandas. So the word is cuddly. Okay. And then the other word is wolong, is a sanctuary. So the word sanctuary for giant pandas and other endangered species. Endangered. What's the other word that mispronounced just now? Overwhelmed by the beauty of the valley. Okay. Breathtaking, reminder of the legend. A truly remarkable place. It's remarkable, not remarkable. Remarkable. And the rest, I think, are okay. All right. So I hope everyone has finished reading this. Now, the question. Which of the two titles below is the most suitable for the article? So you only have two choices. Choose one. Okay, time's almost up. Which of the two titles below is the most suitable for the article? Discover the magic of Wolong, Wolong National Nature Reserve. Ouch, some of you didn't make it. It's okay. Did you see the leaderboard? All right, time's up. So, oh, you can't see the leaderboard actually. Can you see the leaderboard? Okay, basically 14 of you said Wolong National Nature Reserve, and only 3 of you said discover the magic of Wolong. So those 3 of you who said discover the magic of Wolong, very good, well done. Okay, that is the answer. Right, the answer is discover the magic of Wolong. Okay. Oh wait, I better pause this for a while. Hold on. Right, sorry. Okay, let us discuss these two title. Discover the Magic of Wulong and Wolong National Nature Reserve. So those who said discover the magic of Wulong, why do you say that? That's the correct answer, discover the magic of Wulong. But why do you say it's discover the magic of Wulong? I think I saw the name Jane just now. Let me see, how do I see the question? Jane, I think you answered correctly, right?
Yes.
Okay, so why do you say discover the magic of Wulong?
Because I think that the panda is like the one of the like special pieces for oolong. Yeah.
Okay, very good. So which means the panda is considered magical to you, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. And who else got it correct? The three of you. Who else got it correct? I think Justin also got it correct, right? Justin? Justin? Okay, yes. All right, so Justin, why do you say, oh, you didn't answer it? Lagging, okay. Who else got it correct? There's three of you who said discover the magic of Wulong. So who are the other two? I only remembered Jane. Anyone else would like to respond to that? Okay, why do you think the answer is discover the magic of Wulong? In terms of content, both are correct. Discover the magic of Wulong and Wolong National Nature Reserve. The whole article is about Wolong National Nature Reserve. But among this, out of these two titles, people would prefer the first one, Discover the Magic of Wulong, as the title of an article. Why? Not Wolong National Nature Reserve. No, Wulong is a natural reserve. So it is not the same as a zoo. So Deborah, Wulong National Nature Reserve is a nature reserve. It is not the same as a zoo. In terms of content, both are correct. But we would prefer the first title, Discover the Magic of Wulong. Do you think there's any particular reason why I would prefer that title? If let's say everything is similar, okay, the writer is talking about the experience of the trip, yes. Let's say two students, right, two candidates write the same article. One of them write Discover the Magic of Wulong and the other one write Wulong National Nature Reserve. Who do you think will win? Let's say if there's a prize to it. Who do you think will win? Okay, I would prefer the first title, Discover the Magic of Wulong, if I'm the judge. The one that write Discover the Magic. Yes and no. There's a very simple reason only. Okay, it's because the first title is much more interesting and catchy. Let's say you have two articles in front of you now. One of it said Discover the Magic of Wulong, the other one said Wolong National Nature Reserve. Which one would you want to read? People like to judge a book by its cover. Okay, people like to look at things on the surface level. Let's say when you read a newspaper article, you always look at the title first or the headline first. So if the title is something interesting, you would read. But let's say if it's some boring title, you would just throw it aside if you don't have time to read. Okay? So therefore, people would put Discover the Magic of Wulong as the title rather than Wulong National Nature Reserve. The reason being that the first title, it's more catchy. It catches the reader's attention immediately as compared to the second title, right? Which is why you find that a lot of headlines in the newspaper are catchy. It might not reflect the real news inside, but at least it attracts your attention enough to have a look at it. Okay, you have to remember that the article is being published. It's supposed to be published in a travel and nature magazine. So in the magazine, there are other articles as well. There are tens of articles inside there. So maybe 10, 20, 30 articles, you never know if it is a thick magazine. So in order for your article to stand out so that people would want to read it, so you need to have something catchy. Okay? I hope that is clear. All right, we'll look at the next slide. This is a quiz as well. You'll have to answer the question. What kind of information does the writer give in paragraph 1? Paragraph 1 said, have you ever wondered where those cute cuddly giant pandas you see in zoos come from? Well, last year on the trip to China, I found out. I visited the Wolong National Nature Reserve. It was an unforgettable experience. So what kind of information is in this paragraph? Okay, what kind of information is in this paragraph? You have to be quick. Time is running out. 14 seconds left. Right, quick, quick, quick. Choose one. Time's up. Okay. Deborah, Dixon. Deborah and Dixon on top. All right. The writer tells us which place he or she is going to describe and why. 7 of you got it correct. The rest of you either got it wrong or you did not respond. Okay? So basically, the first paragraph will tell you what place it is. All right? Which place is being described and why it is described. So if you look at the first paragraph again in your textbook, if you have it, if you don't, you will see that the writer said, have you ever wondered where those cute cuddly giant pandas you see in zoos come from? Well, last year on the trip to China, I found out. So that is basically the reason why she's going to write about Wolong National Nature Reserve. And then after that, okay, the reason is that she wants to talk about those giant pandas, right? That would be the reason. Okay? And she states the name of the place, Wolong National Nature Reserve. In the first paragraph, she put down the full name. Then in the second paragraph and so on, she used the name Wolong rather than the full name, Wolong National Nature Reserve. So just now Kelly mentioned that we can talk about Baco National Park. So if you want to write about Baco National Park, you are going to write Baco National Park in the first paragraph, you state the full name, and later on in the other paragraphs, you don't have to repeat the whole thing. Remember, you don't have enough time to write during exam. At most, you only have 40 to 50 minutes to write. If you write for 50 minutes for part 3, you might not have enough time for part 1 and part 2. If you spend more than 50 minutes for part 3, you'll be in trouble. Okay, so if you notice, the second paragraph onwards, the writer did not use the name Wolong National Nature Reserve. It's only used the first time. After that is the name Wolong, right? So if you said Baco National Park, the other paragraphs, we will talk about Baco. Only the first time you mention the full name. Okay, so this is one way to go about it. Okay. Let's look at what kind of information does the writer give in paragraph 2. I will read you paragraph 2 first, in case you've forgotten. Wolong is a sanctuary for giant pandas and other endangered species. There, the pandas are protected and live in their natural habitat. Some of the pandas, especially the mothers and their babies, live in panda houses where scientists study them. Others are free to roam the mountains, where you can see them playing, relaxing, and chewing on their favorite fruit, bamboo. So what kind of information does the writer give in this paragraph? You better be quick. Okay, 13 seconds left. 11, 10, time's up. Okay, let's see who's on the leaderboard. All right, Deborah, Jane, Kelly. Okay, top 3. Very good. 14 of you got it correct. Okay, the second paragraph describes the main attraction. So in this case, the main attraction is the giant pandas. Okay, then it talks about the sanctuary and what you can see there. Okay, and what you can see there, like you can see the panda house, the panda, then the scientists studying them, the pandas roaming the mountains, and you see them playing, relaxing, chilling. So basically, in the second paragraph, you're talking about the star of the place. Okay, so in this case, the star here are the giant pandas, so that's what we talk about. Okay, now what about in the third paragraph? I'll read you the third paragraph. Wolong actually means sleeping dragon and comes from a legend about a dragon that was overwhelmed by the beauty of the valley and fell asleep there, never to wake up again. A long dragon wall has been built there as a reminder of the legend. Like the dragon, I found the landscape absolutely breathtaking. The valleys with rivers and waterfalls surrounded by forest-covered mountains make the reserve a truly remarkable place. So, what kind of information is in this paragraph? Should be easier now. Okay. Time's up. All right, let's see who's on top. Deborah, Kelly, Helen. Very good. Okay, 10 of you have given the correct answer. Now, well, 6 of you basically thinks it's a general comment about the place. Those who put describe which place he or she is going to describe and why. And 2 of you stated describes the main attraction, the sanctuary, and what you can see there. Basically, you did not listen to the previous 2 slides. Okay. Which place he or she is going to describe is in paragraph 1. The main attraction is in paragraph 2. So in paragraph 3, you give other additional information about the place. So basically, in paragraph 3, you're going to mention the special features and your impression of it. Okay, if you notice the last sentence, it said, reserve a truly, make the reserve a truly remarkable place. So it means that is the impression left on the writer. I found the landscape absolutely breathtaking, overwhelmed by the beauty. So these are words that shows you the writer is impressed with the place. Okay, the writer has a very good fond memory of the place. So he or she found the place impressive. Through the words that she used, you know that the words like overwhelmed by the beauty, absolutely, I found the landscape absolutely breathtaking. It makes the reserve a truly remarkable place. So this would be the additional information as well as the impression. Okay, impression left on the writer. Oh, okay. Dixon needs the link again. Hold on, yeah. Okay, here's the link again. Okay, let's move on to the last paragraph. The last paragraph should be easy. If you get this wrong, I don't know lah. If you're a nature lover, Wulong is sure to fascinate you. Seeing giant pandas in the wild is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Why not plan a trip there and see for yourself? So what kind of information is in this paragraph? Should be easy. Okay, 20 seconds left. Time's up. Let's see who tops the leaderboard this time. Deborah, Kelly, and Wong Inin. All right, 17 of you got it correct. Hiyo, that 2 and the 1 who got it wrong. Huh? 2% still said is describe which place he or she is going to describe and why. And 1% said you give additional information. Basically, you did not listen. Okay. So in the last paragraph, the writer make a general comment. All right, and the comment is Wulong is sure to fascinate you. Okay, seeing the giant pandas is a once in a lifetime experience. So that would be the general comment about the place. And the last question, why not plan a trip there and see for yourself? It means that the writer highly recommend the place. So when you recommend a place, you do not need to say, I highly recommend Wulong National Nature Reserve to you. You don't have to say the word recommend in order for you to recommend something. So you can say, why not go and see for yourself? So that is recommending it. Okay? Am I clear? All right. We'll move on to what you should do when you write an article. So basically, the main purpose of writing an article is we want to attract and keep the reader's interest. In exam, you need to really attract and keep the examiner's interest. Because if we are not interested in it, your mark will go down for a few categories. All right? I'll explain that to you next week. So basically, when you write an article, you want to attract and keep the reader's interest. And how can you do that? You can have a title that catches the reader's attention. That's why you use the title, Discover the Magic of Wulong, instead of Wulong National Nature Reserve. You use descriptive language. We'll look at what are descriptive language in a short while. They're colorful adjectives like the word cute, cuddly. Those are the colorful adjectives. That didn't say big panda, big giant pandas, or amazing giant pandas. Okay, they use precise adjective to describe them. Cute and cuddly. Okay. And address the reader personally. So how do you address someone personally? Like if I want to address you personally, I use the word you. If I want to address Deborah personally, I would call the name Deborah. Okay? So I'm addressing the reader personally. So this writer addressed the readers personally by using the word you, Y-O-U, okay? And you also ask rhetorical question, right? I'm sure you can find questions in this article. So what do you mean by rhetorical questions? Do you know what that is? What do you think are rhetorical questions? Do you expect people to answer your rhetorical questions? Do you expect people to answer your rhetorical questions? Can you guys respond in the chat? No one wants to respond. All right, so let's say you're a writer. You ask the question, have you wondered where those cute cuddly giant pandas you see in the zoos come from? Do you expect the reader to text back the writer and say, yes, I know? Do you expect that? Okay, no, you don't. Very good, Deborah. You don't expect people to answer rhetorical questions. So basically, the purpose of the rhetorical questions is to create a dramatic effect or to make a point, not to get an answer. Okay? All right. So let's try this out. Can you find a title that catches the reader's attention? I'm sure this is easy. All right, I'm sure you can find the title, right? Right. Like I said, it's easy. There you go. That is a title that catches the reader's attention. Discover the magic of Wulong. If the writer put Wulong National Nature Reserve, then the title will not capture the reader's attention. Okay? So you can use other titles. You don't have to say discover the magic of blah blah blah. You can say the magical world of Wulong. Right? Or I don't know, Wolong the Sleeping Dragon. Maybe people will be interested in it. Okay? Or discover the amazing Wulong. All right, so you can play around with the words. I know in exam, you do not have enough time to think of something catchy. So what you can do is, you know that in exam, there's only 3 questions and there's only 4 genres you can write. It's either an article, a report, a review, or a story. So you can think about catchy titles that you can play around with so that in exam, you can just use the title and fit it in. Okay, so you can like memorize off some titles and discover the magic of Wulong. And then in exam, you just replace it with some other words that's suitable. Or you can think about some other ways of saying it, like the magical world of Wulong. And let's say in exam, you're supposed to write about your school canteen, then you can just simply change that to the tasty food of the canteen or something like that. I don't know. Okay, so you just think about some words that you can play around with. Okay? All right. Next, we are going to look at descriptive language. I will give you a few, let's say 1 minute. Can you type in the chat box in Google Meet? What descriptive language can you find? Okay, maybe just 1 or 2. Or you can just go along and type it on the chat. I did not put the next slide. I did not ask you to type on the next slide. It's because you need to look at the text to find the descriptive language. Okay, so have you found examples of descriptive language? Okay, cuddly, cute, that's right. What else? Cute, cuddly, giant, okay. Porcelain is giant, not gained. All right, what about the rest? Nielsen, I hope you can respond as well. Breathtaking, good. Okay. Any more? Breathtaking. All right, good, Dixon. There's a lot more. Rome. Okay, we'll see about that. Descriptive language are basically the type of words that will, the strong adjective. If you remember, we have studied about strong adjective when you talk about embarrassing, scary experience at the time. Right, the word overwhelm. Okay. So descriptive words are basically those strong words that you use. So instead of saying it is a nice weather, you can use other words like it is a warm and sunny day. Right, the word beauty, good. Any more? Okay. I will reveal the answer now since nobody else is typing. All right. So basically, these are the descriptive language. Cute, cuddly, then giant pandas. The word unforgettable, overwhelmed by the beauty, absolutely breathtaking, forest-covered mountains. Instead of saying the mountains was covered by forest, you use the word forest to make it into an adjective to describe the word mountains. So forest-covered mountains, a truly remarkable place, a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Okay, so these are what we call descriptive language. And even the word roam just now, I would agree that it's descriptive as well. Instead of saying walking the mountains, you said the word roam. Okay. Next, look at the text again and now find out how the writer addresses the reader personally. I've given you the answer just now if you remember. So how did the writer addresses? Very good, the word you. You. Very good, Felicia and Deborah, you have been listening. Okay, so if you notice in the text, the writer used the word, have you ever wondered, the word you. You see in zoos come from, where you can see them playing, relaxing, and chewing. If you are a nature lover, Wulong is sure to fascinate you. Why not plan a trip there and see for yourself? All right, so basically that is how you can address a reader personally. It is interesting that only a few genre uses the word you. You don't use the word you when you write a story normally. You don't use the word you when you write a factual essay, right? But you will use the word you in the context of an article to draw in the reader. So when the reader reads it, the reader will be saying, no, I haven't seen them play leh. No, I don't know where they come from leh. If you are a nature lover, let me think, am I a nature lover? So it makes the reader feel like the reader is part of the text. Okay? And look at the text again. And I want you to find the rhetorical questions. Tell me how many rhetorical questions are there in this text. How many rhetorical questions are there? One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, and 10. Can you put on the chat? How many rhetorical questions are there? Okay, Deborah said 2. Anyone would want to have a different answer? Two, okay. All right, 2. Very good. A lot of you responded 2. That's right. There are only 2 rhetorical questions. And what I'd like you to do is, I don't like to use the word memorize lah, but you can try to remember these 2 rhetorical questions. It'll be useful when you write your own essay because you can replace it with anything else. All right, let's say if you're writing an article on the school library. So you might want to ask the first question. Have you been to the school library where the have you been to the school library where it is full of where books let me think. Have you been to the school library which opened the doorway which opened the door to a world of magic and amazing knowledge? Right? Do you see that you can always change the content of the question, but maintain the same question pattern? Okay. What can I say? Have you ever wondered? Let's say you want to talk about. Let's say your article is on. I don't know. It's on the Batang Wildlife Center, so you might want to change. Have you ever wondered where the orangutan comes from? All right. Then you can always end it. Apart from have you ever wondered, you can also ask questions like, do you know that is a rhetorical question as well. And then you can end it with, why not plan a trip there and see for yourself? Okay, basically that sentence can fit into a lot of other essays as well. Why not visit the library and read some books? Okay, so you can always play around with the sentence, with the question. But try to remember these two rhetorical questions that would be useful. If you have time, write down a few more rhetorical questions that you can think of so that you can use them in your exam. Okay? All right. So let us recap. This is basically what you what you have in an article. Okay? This is basically a summary of what we have discussed just now. So first paragraph, you talk about the place, you name the place and why you want to write about it. Second paragraph, you describe the main attraction and the sights, what you can see. Third paragraph, you talk about other attractions and give your impressions or thoughts or feelings about it. And the last paragraph, you make a general comment and recommendation. Okay, the format of an article is more or less the same like a review, except that the type of language that you use. Okay, remember in the review, I did not ask you to give a title that catches the reader's attention. I also did not ask you to use descriptive language. All right, and I did not ask you to address how you can address the reader personally. But these are the things that you should do, or even rhetorical questions. These are the things that you should do in an article, because the purpose of an article is to attract people to read your article so that they will be interested in whatever you want to say. Right? If you have ambition to become a journalist or reporter, writing an article is the beginning of your journey. Okay, and just for information, we have our new television station in Sarawak. So I don't know, maybe someday some of you might want to become a reporter there. So writing an article will be able to help you. Okay. All right. Let's move on. Okay, so to catch the reader's attention and interest, these are some additional tips. Use a catchy title, write a place you're familiar with, for example, one you've been to, because if you do not know the place, if you're not familiar with it, then you will have trouble describing it. Okay, think about the purpose of the article, who will read it in order to write an appropriate style. Remember, the purpose here and who will read it is not Miss Call or your teacher or the examiner, okay? So you have to look at the stimulus. If the stimulus say write an article for Travel and Nature magazine, your audience, your target audience would be readers of the Travel and Nature magazine, not the examiner, not Miss Call, okay? Please remember that. Now, organize the article in paragraphs which expand on, describe, or give examples of the topic. All right, remember your paragraphing. I know the text that I've given you, the paragraph starts from the margin, it's not indented. If you want to follow this style, you can do so, but make sure that in between your paragraph, you skip one line. Okay, make sure you have an empty line. And you do not skip lines when you write within the paragraph. You skip an empty line after that paragraph so that people know that that is one paragraph itself. If you think you're going to forget to skip a line, then you better just indent your paragraph. Both ways are acceptable. Right, use the present simple to describe the place because the place still exists. That's why you use the present simple. And you use the past simple when you talk about your experience and the history of the place because it's already in the past. Okay? And you use lively, colorful language, right? So you use those descriptive language, the strong adjectives, that will help you to gain marks for vocabulary as well as to draw in the reader's attention. Okay, let's try out some exercise. This is another article. I want you to spend some time to read through it. Okay? What do you think is a suitable title for this article? In the next slide, you are going to improve, or in the next few slides, you're going to improve this on this article. Okay? There's a lot of things missing here. Let's ask someone to read this. Any volunteers who want to read this? Nielsen, can you read this for us? Nielsen 4896. Nielsen? All right, can you read this for us?
You can go to the long-lead safari and adventure. 一直关掉。 So you can there an adventure park in the southwest of England and experience the thrill of seeing many different wild animals. I was lucky enough to go there last summer. It was a nice experience, one that we'll never forget. Longleat opened in 1966 and was the first safari park outside of Africa. It is located in the nice Wiltshire countryside, and visitors can drive through various
Various, correct?
huh?
Various.
various animal area such as the lion country and tiger territory. You can also see animals like zebras, wolves, elephants, and giraffes there. More importantly, it is now home to all sorts of endangered animals. Apart from seeing all these animals, you can also come into close contact with them. For example, through we drove through the park and at one point a group of monkeys jumped on top of our car. It was quite a surprise, but a nice experience. After seeing the monkeys, we visited a cave full of bats. There were so many that we were absolutely surrounded by them. There were so many nice things to see and do at Longleat that we could have spent 3 days there. It's truly a nice experience.
All right, very good, Nielsen. I don't have much word that I need to correct you in terms of pronunciation. The word is called Wiltshire countryside. And the word various just now I pointed out. The rest are all basically okay lah. The pronunciation is okay. Just try to read a bit more fluent. Okay. All right. Not bad. Okay. So look at it again, and now think of a suitable title, because in the next slide, I want you to type a title for this article. Okay. Remember, the name of the place is called Longleat Safari and Adventure Park. So the word adventure might give you an idea. So what sort of title can you give to this article? Are you ready? Okay, the word thrill there might give you an idea as well. Oh, by the way, if you write about safari for the task, the writing task just now, it is acceptable because safari is more or less like a nature reserve. The animals roam freely in safari. They are not kept in a zoo. I think I've shown you videos of safari before, so you should know how it looks like. Okay? Are you ready? All right, let's improve on this article. Give it a catchy title. You have 3 minutes to type out the title. Oh, very good, Kelly. Responded first. There's no correct or wrong answer. Okay, very good, Felicia. I'm still waiting. All right. Good, Fanny. Austin, okay. Austin, your title is a bit too, I would say it's not catchy enough. Yuriko's title is catchy, but problem is it is not Yuriko, Kelly, and Felicia's title that do not reflect the name of the place. What's that? Deborah's title is good. Jane's title is good as well. Yining's title is not catchy enough. Helen, you spelled the name of the place wrongly. It's not Longseat, it's Longleat, Longleat. Okay, your title is catchy. Aniva's title is a bit too vague because you do not focus on the name of the place. I still have 20 plus more students who have not responded. Okay, less than a minute left. Come on. Right. Less than half a minute. Oh, good, Aniva. You have improved on the title. Okay, time's almost up. Those who have typed, you better just click enter or submit. Okay. Vero, your title is not catchy enough. All right, I'll read to you a few catchy titles. Kelly said Adventure Time is too vague. Vague means that it doesn't describe the place, it doesn't tell you the place. Felicia's title, Amazing Experience, again, is too vague. I'll just spell the word vague in case you want to learn this word. Right, it's too vague. So this is how you spell the word vague. V-A-G-U-E. Okay, so Fanny's title, Discover the Magic of Longlit Safari Adventure Park, that is neutral because if I have not shown you the title on Discover the Magic of Oolong, I would say Fanny's title is attractive enough, okay? It's catchy enough. Faustin's title, Longlit, it's not Longlit, it's Longlit. Longlit Safari, it's too general, it's not catchy, okay? It is not catchy. Eureka's title is too vague, The Thrill of Adventures. If only you could have said The Thrill of Longlit, that it would be catchy. All right, Deborah's title, Amazing Wonder of Longlit Safari. Yep, that is catchy enough. Jane, I like Jane's title, The Amazing Safari in Southwest. So she did not name the safari, but she named the place where you can find the safari. So The Amazing Safari in Southwest, that is a very good title. It is catchy. Longlit Safari, Wong Yining's title, it is not catchy. Helen's title, Discover the Magic of, it's not Longsit, it's Longlit, Discover the Magic of Longlit. Yep, that is okay, it's considered catchy. Aniverse, The Legend of Longlit, it's not Longlit, it's Longlit. The Legend of Longlit Adventure Park. Okay lah, it's catchy lah, because you talk about the history of it, that's fine. All right, and Veronica's title, Longlit Safari and Adventure Park. That is not catchy, okay? So try to use catchy title in your article. Okay, so remember, an article must have a title, and the title, if possible, makes it as catchy as you can. All right, let's improve on the next thing. The rhetorical question. If you remember the first paragraph, so what sort of rhetorical question can you put before that sentence? You can go to Longlit Safari, an adventure park in the southwest of England, and experience the thrill of seeing many different wild animals. I was lucky enough to go there last summer. It was a nice experience, one that I will never forget. So can you complete this paragraph with the rhetorical question? So what can you ask? Just type out the response. Do you need more time? I have disabled the timer so that you have more time to write, because I think you might need a bit of time to think about it. You recall your, let me see, have you ever, what, your question is not complete? Try to make it complete. Have you ever what? Have you ever gone to? Have you ever wondered? Have you ever been to? Have you ever experienced? experienced. Make it complete. Okay, make sure I have a question mark at the back. Who is HY? Hi. Okay, Hi's title is, Hi's rhetorical question is good. He said, have you ever seen many different wild animals in front of you? Yep. I like that. Then said you can go to Longleat Safari. Very good. Have you ever wondered where does the wild animals come from? Oh, by the way, it's wild animals. So, you don't use the word does. You said, have you ever wondered? Okay, Deborah's question. It should be, have you ever wondered where do the wild animals come from? Okay, plural. Do come. Okay lah, acceptable lah, this question, but it's a bit, how should I say? It doesn't really fit in the paragraph. Okay? It doesn't really fit in the paragraph. Felicia's question, have you ever been to somewhere that can challenge yourself? Somewhere, don't use the word that. Have you ever been to a place where you can challenge yourself? All right, have you ever been to a place where you can challenge yourself? Does that fit in the context? Okay lah, can lah. Do you ever been to the place of Southwest? Wong's title is very vague. I don't actually understand it. Are you trying to say, have you ever been to the Southwest? Maybe, but again, the question is a bit vague. Have you ever been to the Southwest? It's a bit vague lah. Okay. Aaron, if you are animal lover or nature lover, that is not a question. All right, Aaron, what you have typed out, that is not a question. That is just a comment. Kelly's question, have you ever wondered where the happy, freely wild animals see in the safari come from? Oh, you have the word see, right? It should be, have you ever wondered where the happy, freely wild animals come from? So cancel see in the safari and your question should be correct. Okay. Fanny's question, have you, wait, what is this pop-up stuff on my screen? Fanny's question, have you ever wondered where you can see the wild animals that you had never seen before? Okay, good. That question is possible. It fits in. Felicia's question, have you ever been to a place where you can challenge yourself? Right, good. Have you seen many different wild animals around you? Okay. Your question, I understand what you're trying to say, Stephanie, but a bit of correction on the grammatical structure. It should be, have you seen many different wild animals surrounding you? Okay, have you seen, cancel the word able. Have you seen many different wild animals surrounding you? Not around, but the word surrounding. Okay, Cliff question. Have you ever gone to a safari that is filled with animals that will give you thrills throughout the journey? Okay. There's nothing wrong in terms of grammar, but it's just a bit too mouthful. Why don't you say, have you ever gone to a safari full of animals that give you thrills throughout the journey? Instead of saying that is filled with animals, you said full of animals. Then you only use one that in your question to make it less lengthy and less mouthful. Not Nielsen question. Have you ever experienced the wilderness? Very good. I like that question, except that the word experienced, you need to put a D because you're using the past participle form. So have you ever experienced the wilderness? Not Nielsen, I like your question. Okay, Jane, do you love nature park that can visiting for many different wild animals? Your question is a bit awkward. Do you love a nature park where you can visit many different wild animals? So in terms of grammar, there's a lot of correction. Okay, so you can say, do you love visiting a nature park where you can see many different wild animals? All right, Alvin's question. Have you ever been to any amazing nature park? Okay lah. Aniba's question. Did you ever wanted to visit Southwest to know about the history of animals? You are misleading, Aniba. I'm sure the article did not tell you the history of animals. If you're talking about history of animals, you'll be talking about Charles Darwin's theory of evolution, of how animals come about. Helen's question. Have you ever seen where those dangerous giant animals until now? Okay, correction to your question in terms of language, Helen. Have you ever seen, S-E-E-N, not Emma, have you ever seen, okay, let me see. Have you ever seen dangerous giant animals? All right, make your question short. Have you ever seen dangerous giant animals? Christine's question, have you ever wanted to see cute wild animals? Okay, have you ever wanted, the word wanted is awkward. Why don't you say, do you want to see cute wild animals? You don't have to start with have you. Aniba, did you ever wanted, what is that? Did you ever wanted to visit Southwest to meet different size? Aniba, the question is awkward. Have you ever wanted to visit Southwest to meet wild animals of different sizes maybe? All right. Have you ever wanted to visit the Southwest to meet wild animals of different sizes? Okay, since there's no more questions, I will end this and we will look at the next rhetorical question, okay? Okay. The next slide is the last paragraph. Right. In the last paragraph, I will stop the timer as well so that it gives you more time to type. There were so many nice things to see and do at Longmead that we could have spent 3 days there. Then put down a rhetorical question. It's truly a nice experience. So what sort of rhetorical question can you put in here? There were so many nice things to see and do at Longleat that we could have spent 3 days there. So what can you ask? Aniver's question, did you ever experience it? There were so many nice things to see and do along it that we could have spent 3 days there. Have you ever experienced it? It's truly a nice experience. It doesn't really fit in, Aniva. Kelly's question, why not plan a trip there and see for yourself? Benny's question, why not plan a trip there and see for yourself? Okay, that can do. It fits in. There were so many things to see and do along it that we could have spent 3 days there. Why not plan a trip there and see for yourself? It's truly a nice experience. Okay, acceptable. Why don't you plan a trip over there? Okay, Alvin is a variation of that same question. That's fine. We say why not plan a trip there and see for yourself? Not Nielsen, why don't you try it yourself? Good. Why don't you try it yourself? Okay. Do you excited? A bit of correction to the question, also in terms of language. You don't say do you excited, you say are you excited? All right, are you excited? Barrow's question, why not plan a trip and see for yourself? Okay, good. Why don't you just make a plan to go to there? I think you miss out the word go, Felicia. Why don't you just make a plan to go there? Jane's question, why not you plan a trip there and spend your holiday there? Too many there in the same question, so it makes it a bit too mouthful. It's not wrong in terms of grammar, but it's just that it's a bit too mouthful. So why not you say, why not you plan a trip there? Why not you plan your holiday there? Or why not you plan a trip there and spend some time. Okay. Why don't you just make a plan to go there? Okay, you've corrected it. You want to have a try. Okay, but the word wanna is not proper English. I'm not sure if it is allowed. I will ask this afternoon during training later. But you might be marked down for using words like wanna and gonna. Okay? Why not have a try? That would be a proper way of saying it, Amy. Deborah, why not spend a valuable time with your family there? Good. Minus the word, then you are correct. Why not spend some valuable time with your family there? You cannot count time, so you cannot use the word So you say, why not spend some valuable time with your family there? Helen, why not plan a trip there and see for yourself? Good. Okay, Aniva, why don't you go there and make yourself, you don't make yourself an experience, why don't you go there and experience it for yourself? Okay. Hi, why not plan a trip there and explore it with your family? Good. Jane, why not you plan a trip there and spend some time? Okay. Stephanie, why not you and your family spend a trip at here? It should be there because you are not writing at Longlit. You're the writer, like the writer of the article has written it after the visit to Longlit, so it should be why don't you and your family spend not spend your trip. It should be plan your trip, and you have to use the present tense, not the past tense. Why not you and your family plan your trip there? Okay. All right, no more responses, so I will end. The rest of you did not respond. Oh wait, Cliff, why do you have to stay at your home when you can come see this yourself? Okay, good. Why do you have to stay at home? Why do you have to stay at, no need the word your, why do you have to stay at home when you can come and see this for yourself? All right. Why not, why do you have to stay at home when you can come and see this for yourself? Why not your family having holiday there? Why not you and your family have your holiday there? Right, in terms of language, why not you and your family have your holiday there? Okay, no more responses. I will end the question now. Proceed, yes. Okay, so that is to help you think about rhetorical questions. Now, if you notice, throughout this whole text, the whole article, the writer used the word nice. So can you replace the word nice with adjective, with other adjectives? It was a nice experience, one that I will never forget. So you can choose more than one answer. So replace the word nice with adjectives given. Which one do you think is suitable? Okay, come on, 19 seconds left. You better just tick. You can tick one or more than one. Time's up. Okay. Deborah on top, followed by Kelly and Wong Yin. Okay, those who take the rest of the answers are correct except for unforgettable. I will explain why you do not use the word unforgettable, because the second part of the sentence said one that I will never forget. So if you said it was an unforgettable experience, one that I will never forget, it seems like you are very naggy, like you are repeating yourself. Unforgettable means you will never forget. It means the same thing. So you do not put both in the same sentence. Okay? So therefore, unforgettable cannot be the answer. All right? You don't use unforgettable to replace the word nice here. Okay, next. Same thing. What can you replace with the word nice? It is located in the nice Wiltshire countryside, and visitors can drive through various animal areas such as the Lion Country and Tiger Territory. All right, quick, 26 seconds left. What can you use? Try to replace the word nice with the adjective. Again, you can have more than one answer. Okay, time's up. Let's see. Deborah, Kelly, and Wong Yin again top the chart. Okay. Now, I would prefer the word great Wiltshire countryside or amazing Wiltshire countryside. Marvelous, wonderful, and exciting, it doesn't really describe a countryside. A countryside means a place that is out of the city, out of town. Okay, great and amazing would do, but if you use the word marvelous, I don't see what is marvelous about it, because the second, what call that? The next part of the sentence says you can drive through various animal areas, such as Lion Country and Tiger Territory. There's nothing marvelous about that, and not wonderful and not exciting either. Okay, so amazing or great would be a better option, as most of you have stated. Okay, let's look at the next sentence. You can also see nice animals like zebras, wolves, elephants, and even giraffes there. Okay, so what can you use instead of the word nice animals? What this exercise is trying to do is so that you do not use the word nice in your essay later. Nice, good. These are very general adjectives. They are not strong enough. They're not descriptive enough. Okay. Let's see. Deborah, Wong Yin, and Kelly. Very good. Okay, those who said amazing or marvelous, you're right. You can also see amazing animals. You can also see marvelous animals like zebras, wolves, elephants, even giraffe. Wonderful animals is a bit awkward. And exciting animals as well. And animals, they are not exciting. Experience are exciting. Great animals is a bit awkward because you don't say great animals. It's like, I mean, unless you're talking about lions or tigers or giant pandas, you can say great. But in this case, animals like zebras and wolves, they are not usually associated with the word great. Okay? The next sentence with the word nice. It was quite a surprise, but a nice experience. So what do you think you can use to replace the word nice? Nice experience. Okay, time's up. Let's see. Deborah, Wong Yin, Kelly. Posting number 4 already. Good. Okay, the word unforgettable would do. Remember, I said we don't use unforgettable in the first sentence just now because you have the word I'll never forget. But in this case, You can use the word unforgettable because the sentence before that talks about the monkey jumping on the roof of the car. So it was quite a surprise, but an unforgettable experience. I'm sure monkey jumping on the roof of the car is not wonderful, nor is it amazing, marvelous, or exciting. All right, it's unforgettable. Okay, I think this is the last sentence.
Teacher,
Yes?
I have to leave first as I have to go for my breakfast now before the cafe close.
Oh, okay. But can you
Yeah.
have your breakfast in front of your screen?
I'm not having breakfast at home. I have to go out. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Are you on your phone?
No, I'm using my computer.
Okay. Then the last part of this exercise is actually for you to write an essay. If you can hold on for another 5 minutes, then you will finish the lesson. Can you hold on for another 5 minutes?
I don't think so because my mom already
Okay.
yeah. So I
All right.
have to leave
Fine.
first.
Fine. I'll send the recording later. Okay.
All right. Thank you, teacher.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Deborah, Wong Indian, and Kelly still on top. There were so many. I would use the word exciting because you're talking about things that you can see and do. All right. There are so many exciting things to see and do at Long Lake. There are so many wonderful things and amazing things are possible, but they are not the best option. Great and unforgettable cannot be used here. You don't say great things to see and do, and you also don't say unforgettable things to see and do. All right, exciting is the best answer, but if you put amazing and wonderful, okay lah. All right. Oh, there's one more. I thought that was the last one. Okay, it's truly a nice experience. This is the last one. It's truly a nice experience. So what can you use to replace the word nice? Okay. Let's track. Deborah, Wong Indian, Kelly still on top. All right, so basically all the words given you can use to replace the word nice. So you can say it's truly an amazing experience, it's truly a marvelous experience, it's truly a wonderful experience, it's truly an exciting experience, it's truly an unforgettable experience. All those are possible. Okay, so remember not to use the word nice in your article, or the word good, or the word fine. Use some stronger adjectives. Okay. Now, this is your task for today. I would like to use the word homework, but basically 1 week we have 3 hours of English lesson. So this is your remaining 1 hour. Okay, we have spent 2 hours online, so your remaining 1 hour for you to write this article. What you can do is try to time yourself. If you really want to do well in your exam or familiarize yourself with the exam, this is how the question will look like in the exam. Okay, they will have the notice, then you will see the instructions that you see this notice in the magazine, right? Then you have the notice in the middle, then write your article. Okay, then write your answer in 200 to 250 words in an appropriate style. All right, it's the same task as what you've read, and please do not write about Wolong because I'm sure you have never been there. Try to write about a nature reserve or a place of natural beauty in Sarawak. All right, write about it in Sarawak. So what you can do is you can go onto some you can go into YouTube and search for some places of nature reserve or natural wildlife like Matang Wildlife Center, Bako National Park. You can watch some YouTube video if you have never been to any nature reserve or place of natural beauty. I'm sure you have been to beaches like Lunduk, Sumatan, and even mountain like Mount Santubong, Fairy Cave, Nia Cave. So it's possible for you to ride on those places. Okay? Remember, the park behind your house is not a place of natural beauty, nor is a zoo. John Crocodile Farm is also not a place of natural beauty. Okay, it must be natural beauty or nature reserve, either one. All right, so this will be your homework for today. And that is the last slide. All right, do you have any question for English? We are on time, it's 10 o'clock. Do you have any question?